Yes, big 2, structure practice. Structure, practice. Okay. Then the structure practice, okay, I'm going to read the different questions. Number 1, complete each sentence with since, for, or ago. Then A, we have been suffering from disease and many years. And B, students have spoken English. Then form 1. And number 2, in these sentences, put the verbs between parentheses into the correct tenses. Okay, A, if I to be a minister of health in my country, I will find a good strategy to improve people's health. And B, we to live longer if we eat food containing a lot of vitamins. And a big free, small free, we have put these sentences into the correct forms. A, next year students' success to improve. And B, last year's our national team can win African Cup. Okay. Now the proposal of answer for the question number 1. Number 1, complete each sentence with since, for, or ago. Okay, here. Yes, let's complete the sentences with okay, since, for, or ago. Okay. A, we have been suffering from disease and we have many years. Here the proposal of answer is for. Okay, then for is the correct answer. Then because for is used before an expression of time indicating durations, and many years is an expression indicating the durations. Then that's why the answer is for. B, students have spoken English. Then form 1. The answer here is since. B, the answer is since. Why? Because since is used before an expression of times indicating a point of departure, and form 1 is the point of departure here. Then that's why then we use since. Students have spoken English since form 1. And number 2, then in put the sentence between parentheses into the correct tense. Okay, the correct tense. Okay, then A, if I to be a minister of health in my country, I would find a good strategy to improve people's health. Okay, here the correct tense is where, because here it is the if clause, and we have the main clause, which is would find. Would find is in the present consonant or the simple consonant, and the simple consonant it switches with the preterite or the simple past, and the preterite with to be, here it is where, because we said that with the type 2, then if it is the present consonant, the subordinate clause will becomes the preterite, and with the to be, with all the personal pronoun subject, it is where. For example, we said Then in if clause, we say if I were, if you were, if he were, if she were, if it were, if you were, if you were, if they were. Then with all the personal pronoun subject, it is were. That's why it is here were. Okay, so then the answer for A is where. Okay, now B. We to live longer if we eat food containing a lot of vitamins. Then here it is also the if clause, and the subordinate clause is conjugated into the simple present, so the main clause will be into the simple future. Then we shall live longer than if we eat food containing a lot of vitamins. So it's also possible to say then we live longer than if we eat food containing a lot of vitamin. Okay, then so the correct answer is we shall or we will live. And number three, put the sentences into the correct form. Okay, here the correct, even the correct form and tense. Voilà, correct. Okay, the correct tense, tense and forms. Yes. We have a small a. Next year, students' success to improve. Okay, here the correct tense is the simple future because of next years. So then it will be next year students' success will improve. So then we have will improve is the correct the correct answer. Now then we have B. Last year our national team can win African Cup. Then here last year our national team can win African Cup. Then here the answer is could win. Last year our national team could win African Cup. Then could because of last year. Last year then expresses the preterite, and the preterite of can is could. So the answer is could win. Okay, and it is the end of the structured practice. So to make a summary of the structured practice, then complete each sentence with since, for, or ago. Then number one, we have been suffering from disease. Here the answer is for many years. And B, students have spoken English since form 1. And number 2, in these sentences put the verb between parentheses into the correct tense. Then A, we have if I were a minister of health in my country, I would find a good strategy to improve people's health. And B, we shall live longer if we eat food containing a lot of vitamins. And B, 3, put the sentence into the correct tense and form. A, we have next year, students' success will improve. And B, last years our national team could win African Cup. Okay, we are going now to deal with the big 3, which is the essay writing.